All right, welcome. Let's do a basic Pilates class together. So we'll start laying on our backs. Position your shoulder blades nice and flat onto the floor. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Turn your palms to face the ceiling to start. And let's just take a few breaths here, getting ourselves comfortable and relaxed onto our mat. So with every exhalation, just try and surrender your body a little bit into the floor, into the mat. Making sure your neck and your throat are both relaxed, your shoulders, your chest. Let your rib cage sink into the floor. Soften your organs inside your abdomen and inside your chest cavity. Really try and relax inside your body. Relaxing your pelvis, your low back. Relaxing your arms and your legs. All right, place the heels of your hands on your hip bones on each side. Third and fourth finger will go over your pubic bone, thumbs towards your belly button. You're forming sort of a diamond shape over your abdomen. You're going to visualize that as a clock. So pubic bone's 12 o'clock, right hip bone's 3, belly button is 6 o'clock, left hip bone is 9, and then again, right up to 12 o'clock at the pubic bone. Start to tilt your pelvis from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So you're doing regular pelvic tilts. So you're arching your back and then flattening, arching and flattening. So from 12 to 6, without trying to really feel resistance. So you're going in one direction. When you feel there's tension that starts to build, switch directions. Don't force your back into the floor. No forceful movements. Just nice and easy, back and forth. We're warming up. You can keep your hands over your lower abdomen, or you can bring them down to the side, palms facing the floor. Just enjoying relaxing through your pelvis area. No tension. Good, and come back to center. You're going to tilt side to side, so going from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Imagine that whole clock is like a saucer and you're tilting it from side to side, trying to not move your legs or your knees. So imagine that your knees are suspended from the ceiling. So the legs are staying as still as you can. There might be a little bit of movement, that's acceptable. But try and make the movement come more from your pelvis. So you're lifting one hip bone and lowering the other. Again, just looking for nice relaxed movement. You're not trying to push through any walls of resistance. Good, and relax. Now we're going to imagine the entire clock moving. So your whole saucer is going from 12 o'clock, lowering on an angle, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock to 3, 4, 5. Your back's now flat into the floor. 6, 7, 8, 9 towards the left, and then 10, 11, 12 back to pubic bone. Start to form a rotation of your pelvis following each hour on the clock, trying to limit how much movement you're getting in your legs. The first few times you might be moving your legs a little bit more, but see if you can let your legs relax. They're not part of the equation. There might be a part of the clock where things are moving smooth and then it's moving as a block, or it's not really wanting you to go in one certain quadrant. That's okay. Just keep moving. With time, that'll get smoother. Once you get to 12 o'clock, you're going to switch directions. So from 11, 10, 9, all the way down to 1 o'clock. Trying to move with ease. So the movement doesn't have to be big. It's whatever your body is allowing you to do without forcing or straining anything. So do the move as relaxed as you can, keeping your legs as still as possible. Good. and back to center. Going back to moving in a pelvic tilt from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You're going to find the middle ground, so halfway between a flat and an arch back, and you're going to hold it there. That's called neutral. You're going to take a few breaths in this position, holding that position, so a little space should be in your low back. And every time you exhale, you're going to soften your lower ribs and you're going to let your rib cage go into the floor. Don't lose that space in your low back, so it's not flattening the back through the pelvis. It's just letting your ribs be heavy into the floor, not with forcing, not with too much effort, just through relaxation. Next thing you're going to do is bring your belly button in towards your spine. So you're pressing your abdominals into your spine, nothing aggressive, nice and gentle. And imagine that the whole surface of your abdomen is a whole tapestry. It's like your abdominals, they cover the whole surface. So visualize your belly button coming in towards your spine, but nice and wide, going all the way across to your outer hip bones. So it's not an aggressive contraction, it's just nice and easy, but wide. So you're including all the fibers of the abdomen, and breathe. So you're in neutral pelvis, you're in neutral spine, you're letting your ribs relax into the floor. You're keeping your abdominals gently contracted. Good. Now, if you can handle one more thing, you're going to pull up on your pelvic floor. So you're going to pull your pelvic floor up towards your head by contracting the muscle that prevents urine flow and also the muscles that prevent bowel movement. So by contracting those two, you'll feel a little bit of a tightening of your pelvic floor, barely, just a little bit, just to make sure it's part of the contraction. If you're already saturated with everything else, then don't worry about the pelvic floor for now. Keeping all that together, you're going to breathe in. On your exhale, you're going to float the right leg up into a tabletop. You're going to keep it there. Keep the ribs relaxed. Make sure you didn't lose neutral. There should still be a little space in your low back. Abdominals are pulled in, pelvic floor is gently contracted. And on your next exhale, lower the leg down, tap your toe onto the floor, and inhale back into a tabletop. Exhale down, inhale up. So the leg is relaxed. The movement's happening at your hip joint, so the ball of the hip's rolling in the socket. Everything else is staying still, and you're trying to have the least amount of tension in your body. So just by slowly lowering and lifting the leg, your core muscles have to engage. The slower, the more controlled the movement, the more these little tiny core muscles have to take action. So those are the ones we're trying to strengthen. So keep the movement slow and controlled. Good. Next time you get to tabletop, hold here, slowly lower it down. Find your neutral, gauge your abdominals, soften the ribs, tighten the pelvic floor, and on your next exhale, lift the left leg to tabletop. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep going. Your breath is relaxed. It's typically in through your nose and out through your nose. And as you're breathing, your main goal is making sure you stay neutral, making sure you're not forcing. The leg should be significantly relaxed. It's like you're barely using any muscles for this action. You're using more of your efforts to hold your spine and your pelvis neutral while keeping the body relaxed. Good. Last one. Tap the toe. Inhale into tabletop. Hold for a second and then lower with control. Excellent work. Relax everything. Palms turn to face the ceiling. Close your eyes. Deep breath. As you exhale, soften your neck and shoulders and your throat, the chest. Relax your abdominals. Soften your organs. Relax your pelvis and your legs. Nice work. Turn your palms to touch the floor. Bring your feet in towards your bottom a little bit more. We're going to go into bridge. You're going to begin by curling your tailbone, so flattening your back and slowly lifting up one vertebrae at a time. So you're lifting into bridge. You're looking for a wall of resistance. Once you hit it, don't push any further. Start to soften the chest and then lower back down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Get to the bottom, take a deep breath. Exhale, curl your tailbone one vertebrae at a time. Start to lift. And slowly lower down. Good. This time, next time you go up, tighten your abdominals into your spine, contract into your pelvic floor gently if you can. Find the resistance and then reverse the direction. Nothing forceful. We're not looking for a major stretch. We're not looking for major tightening. We're trying to just move with ease. For your bodies of tension. Last one, curling up. And then lowering down slowly and in a relaxed way. Good. Deep breath when you get to the bottom. Close your eyes, turn your palms to face the ceiling, and try and relax your back muscles, your glutes, your abdomen, your pelvis. Soften your body. Let go of any tension you might have accumulated during that exercise. Good. Pelvic tilt back and forth. Find your neutral. Belly button in, wide. Pelvic floor contracted. Soften the ribs. Let the ribs relax towards the floor. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling and back behind your head. Exhale, float the arms back up and down to your side. Good. Stay neutral. Inhale, float the arms up and back. Make sure your ribs stay heavy into the floor. Don't let your ribs pop up towards the ceiling. And down to your side. Last one. Inhale up. All the way back. Stay relaxed. Up to the ceiling and down towards the floor. Good job. This time, float your arms up towards the ceiling, palm facing palm. Reach your fingertips up to the sky and then lower back down. So you're reaching up, your shoulder blades are coming apart and then coming back down and flattening into the floor. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach and lower. Good. Last one. And lower. Bring palm to touch palm. Elbows stay straight. Palms stay together, no sliding of your hands. Bring both arms over to the right. Turn your head to keep looking at your thumbs. Left shoulder blade comes up off the floor and back to center. Inhale over to the left. No bending of the elbows, no sliding of the hands, and center. Inhale to the right. Show your head's turning and center. Don't look for a major stretch here. Go to where you can go without creating tension in your body. The idea is to finish this class with some core strength, with some nice freeing the movement and the mobility through your spine and your joints, but no accumulated tension. Inhale over, exhale center. You should still be neutral through your spine and pelvis. Over and center. Hold at the center. Slowly lower your arms, palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes, relax everything. Deep breath, and as you exhale, soften the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the chest. Readjust if you have to. Relax the neck and throat. Relax the chest, the belly. Take a moment to soften the organs inside. Relax the pelvic floor, relax the belly. Good. Palms turn to face the floor. Find your neutral. Pelvic tilt if you have to. Belly button in and wide. Soften the lower ribs. Let them be heavy. Contract your pelvic floor gently. Good. From here, you're going to bring your feet together. Knees together, thighs together, arms will go out into T position, and you'll let your both legs drop over to the right. Feet stay glued together, so your left foot should be coming off the floor. Turn your head left and center. Inhale to the left, turn your head to the right, exhale, center. You're trying to maintain neutral through the pelvis and spine by contracting your abdominals and your pelvic floor. Try and stay soft through the ribs. This is a spine twist, so essentially there's a twist happening in your middle back where the low back joins the middle back, really. And you want the twist to happen with ease, so don't add tension into your system, because then you're limiting movement from happening. So you're staying relaxed through the spine so that you can strengthen, but you could also gain some movement, some freedom, flexibility. Last one, over to the left, and then back to center. Good job. Bring your feet back to hip distance apart. Arms to your side, palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes, deep breath. Relax your entire body. Special attention to the junction between your low back and your middle back. Right where the twist was happening. Try and soften through that area. Good work. You're going to find your neutral pelvis again. Abdominals in and wide, pelvic floor gently in. Relax your rib cage. Interlace your fingers, place your hands behind your head. Lift your elbows so you can slightly see them out of the corner of your eyes. When you're ready, deep breath. As you exhale, keep making the ribs heavy and then slowly float your head and your chest up off the floor. Hold for breath. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let the ribs be heavy and float the head and peel the chest up off the floor and lower down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. And lower down. So there should be no tension in your neck or in your shoulders. The movement's really about the rib cage sinking into the floor, and your ribs are approaching your pelvis. It's like you're bringing your whole rib cage down towards your pelvis, and naturally your head, your neck, and your upper back will float up off the floor. So your head stays heavy in your hands. No straining. So go to your limit. If you can't go high, then don't go high. And lower back down. Nice work. Release your hands. Bring them to your side. Palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes. Deep breath. And release. Nice. All right. From here, you're going to roll over onto your side. You're going to reach your bottom arm long. Rest your head. Bend your knees. Make sure your hips are in line with your shoulders and your ear. Straighten the top leg. Flat foot. Your hand here could be on your side or it could be supported in front of you. Your front ribs, pull them back gently. Belly button in and wide. Pelvic floor gently contracted. And start to lift the leg and lower. So as you lift the leg, your pelvis, you should have a nice long waistline. Your pelvis should not be coming up towards your head in any way. So that's how your inner core muscles are going to be used to stabilize. And your job is to float the leg up, let the ball of the hip roll in the socket without anything else moving. So your core is engaged so that nothing else participates in the movement. You can even put your hand here and feel. You'll feel a movement at the hip, but there should be no movement of your pelvis. And you lift and you lower and you try and do this as relaxed as you can. Typically, people tend to do this exercise with the leg a little too far forward, and what happens is they feel it all in their hip flexors at the front of the hip. If you're feeling this in the front, you're definitely not doing it right. Take a peek. Is your leg really in line with your body, or is it forward? Pull it back. Make sure it's in line. Common mistake. So it might be worth taking an extra second to reposition. You should be feeling that more behind in your bottom. It's your gluteus medius muscle you're contracting. And so it'll be on the side and on the back of the bum. Good. Next time you come up, you're going to hold, you're going to point your toes, and you're going to start to draw circles going forward. Make sure your circle includes you going back behind you, up, and then in front of you. So you're using more muscle fibers if you do the complete movement. So make sure you're not just in front of you. Last one in this direction. And then slowly switch. Draw a circle towards the back. Make sure your kneecap continues to face forward so that you're not rotating the leg and that it's facing the ceiling. Your kneecap should always stay facing forward through this entire exercise. Check in with your core. Make sure you're not hiking your hip towards your head. Last one. Should be feeling that burning in there. Slowly bend your knee. Massage your bum for a second. Nice work. You're going to prop yourself up onto your elbow. Make sure it's right under your shoulder. Hips well stacked. You're going to lift your bottom ribs so that your body's nice and straight. From here, we're going to reach the top leg and top arm into an arc and then back down. So don't overreach. Don't look for major stretch here. We're not stretching. We're challenging our core muscles and we're lengthening, but without effort. And reach. If that seems fairly easy for you, we're going to add the bridge. So you're going to lift your bum up off the floor and we're going to continue. If that was already challenging, just continue with your pelvis on the floor. And then eventually you can progress to lifting your pelvis off the floor. Last one, reach and pull it in and slowly lower yourself down. Nice. Roll over onto your belly. You're going to stack your hands under your shoulders, under your forehead, and you're going to take a few breaths, let your body absorb what just happened on your right side or on your left side, whichever side you started with, and breathe. Really relax the hip, relax your low back, relax your abdominals, your pelvic floor, let everything go. To find neutral pelvis and spine on your belly, you start by gently pressing your pubic bone into the floor, not aggressively, just gentle pressure of your pubic bone down. And then you're going to pull your abdominals up and away from the floor. Think of the wide muscle, so it's not just up towards the ceiling, it's nice and wide. Pull up on your pelvic floor. And your lower ribs at the front, you also want them to not be putting too much pressure into the floor, so you can gently pull those up towards the ceiling as well. We're going to begin with our legs glued together. And you're going to contract your bum muscles and then relax. Contract your glutes and then relax. Again. Let it go. Again. Let it go. And last one. And let it go. Good. Let your legs come hip distance apart. We're going to move on to hip extension. Keep your head rested on your forehead rested on your hands. Pubic bones pushing down, belly buttons away from the floor, ribs are gently pulled away from the floor, and your pelvic floor is gently engaged. Contract your right bum muscle, and then float your right leg up off the floor. And then lower down. And left. Glute first, float the leg, and then lower. Good. Switch. Contract the bum, float the leg, and then lower. Contract the left, lift, and then lower. Keep alternating, paying attention to your neutral pelvis and spine without being too aggressive about it. So it's just a gentle contraction. It's like nothing else in your body is moving except for this leg that's floating up off the floor. Last two. Last one. Take a moment. Relax everything, your abdominals, your pelvic floor, your glutes, your legs, and just breathe and concentrate on letting go. The importance of stopping in between poses and letting go is really to prevent us from accumulating tension and really teaching ourselves to be in the most relaxed state that we can be. Good. You're going to lower your arms to your side. Palms will face the ceiling. Forehead will rest onto your mat. Keep your legs hip distance apart. Pubic bone down. Belly button pulling off the floor gently, nice and wide. Ribs are pulled up again also. Pelvic floor gently engaged. We're doing shoulder extension. You're going to bring your shoulder blades together and then slowly float your both arms up towards the ceiling, keeping the elbows and wrists nice and straight, and lower down. When you lower down, relax everything. Pull your shoulder blades together, float your arms up into shoulder extension, and down. Again. And down. 3 more. And down, and 2. Last one. Nice work. Place your hands under your forehead. Take a moment, relax everything. Relax specifically your shoulder blades and your arms. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Make sure your fingertips don't pass the height of your shoulders. Tuck your elbows to your side. Start with your forehead on the ground. Pubic bone down. Belly button away from the floor. Ribs away from the floor. Pelvic floor gently contracted. Nothing aggressive. And breathe. As you exhale, you're going to float your head up off the floor and then slowly peel your chest off the floor, going into spine extension. Don't use your hands, and then lower back down. So your hands are there, using you're applying a little bit of pressure, but it's more for stability. Inhale. As you exhale, float the head, peel your chest, come up into spine extension, and lower down. Continue on. Exhaling, lifting the head, peeling the chest. Try and move one vertebrae at a time, and then lowering one vertebrae at a time. Checking in, making sure your pubic bones gently press down, abdominals are still engaged, and make sure your ribs aren't compressing into the floor too much. Last one. Nice work. Place your hands under your forehead, rest your head down, relax everything. Be conscious of relaxing the muscles, specifically the back of the spine. We were trying to engage our multifidus muscles, which is one of the important inner core muscles. So relaxed all the way down the spine, from the top of your neck all the way down to your low back. See if you can just surrender and soften as much as you can. Good job. You're gonna lie on your opposite side. So we're gonna begin with laying straight onto your bottom arm. Bend your knees, check to make sure your hips in line with shoulder and your ear. Straighten the top leg. Flat foot, long waistline. When you're ready, lift and lower. Kneecap is facing forward all the way through. Your hand can stay here to feel what's going on. It could stay in front of you, or it can just rest on top of your leg. The more reps you do, the more you should start to feel that in behind, like on the side and behind your hip bone. If you're feeling that in the front, take a look. Chances are your leg is too far forward, so pull it back. It's a very common mistake, especially for people who tend to overuse their hip flexors. It's just out of habit. It wants to do all the work, so you have to train yourself out of that habit. Good. Next time you lift, you're going to hold, point your toes. Start to draw circles going forward. Make sure you're circling back behind you and then up and then coming forward. Again, if you're feeling that more through the front of the hip, you're likely drawing circles more to the front of you and ignoring going back behind you. So take a look if you have to. Kneecap stays facing forward. Belly button to spine, ribs are pulled in. Pelvic floor is gently engaged. Last one, going forward, and then switch directions. Belly button's in and wide. Ribs are not flaring forward. Pelvic floor is participating. Kneecaps facing forward. Last circle. Excellent. Bend your knee. Massage your bum if need be. And slowly make your way into side bridge pose. So elbow is right under the shoulder. Stack your hips properly. Ribs are pulled in, belly button to spine. Pull up on your pelvic floor. We're going to start by arm and leg reach. So reaching over and then pulling it in. Reaching up over and in. Nice. Don't overreach. You're not looking for a major stretch. You're just looking for movement and use of your core. Good. If that's easy for you, come up into side bridge and continue. Don't rush into this position. If the other one was already challenging, then just keep going. Work your way into this. 3 more. And 2. Nice and easy. Stay relaxed. And pull it in. Nice work. You're going to roll onto your hands and knees. We're going to take a second going into shell stretch or child's pose just to absorb what just happened in that exercise and breathe. Specifically relaxing in that hip on the side. Good. Hands and knees. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. We're going to start with cat-cow. So you're going to round your spine, crown of your head goes towards the floor, and then switch directions. Arch your back, lift your head up. And alternating. So as you go from flexion to extension, don't look for a major stretch or look for the end of the movement. Just enjoy moving, and when you hit resistance, you switch directions. Move with ease. Good. Find flat back, so between the arch and the rounding. We're going to go into side bends. So you're going to look over your shoulder and you're going to bring that hip up towards your ear and then switch sides. So you're side bending your spine. Again, not looking for a stretch as much as finding the wall of resistance, becoming aware of that resistance, and then switching directions. What happens is when we force movement too much, the body automatically goes into like a reflex response and it tightens up. So if you exercise and you feel good while you exercise, but you wake up the next morning and you're stiff and you're tight, you've built up tension in your body. So we're trying to do the opposite of that today. We're trying to build power, strength, flexibility, but we're trying to not put an ounce of tension in our body. So don't force anything. Just enjoy movement. Back to center. Nice work. We're going to do rib circles. So you're going to arch your back and you're going to bring your ribs over to the left side and then ribs up towards the ceiling, rounding your back into cat. Ribs go over to the right and then slowly back to center with an arch back. So you're rolling in a circle. It's like you're inside a barrel and you're trying to clean out the inside wall of the barrel using your rib cage and your spine. So you're rolling in a circle, typically keeping your arms straight. There might be a tendency to bend your elbows a tiny bit. That's okay. One more in that direction. And then slowly go the other way. Looking for enjoyable movement, not forcing anything, not overstretching. Last circle. Good, flat back. Nice work. Shake out your right wrist. Shake out your left. Good. Let's move on to arm or leg reach. Push down with your left hand and your right knee into the floor, anchoring down, and then extend your left leg behind you. Point your toes, and if it's there for you, extend your right arm and float both of them up off the floor and pull it in. Good. Anchor down with your right hand, left knee. Reach back, right leg. Reach forward, left arm. Lift if it's there for you. Pull it in. Anchor down, left hand, right knee. Reach, arm and leg, and float. And in. Anchor down, extend, and float. And pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Inhale in. And relax. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Inhale on the way down, and then exhale, hands together. Good. Keep going. As you're doing this, you're not allowing anything in your spine and your pelvis to move. So you want to be engaging belly button to spine, nice and wide. You want to be pulling your ribs up towards the ceiling so that they're not flaring down towards the floor. Pelvic floor is gently engaged. Last one. And nice work. Gently go back into a child's pose or a shell stretch. Forehead to floor, arms reached out, and breathe. If it's more comfortable to have your knees wide, bring your knees wide. Trying to relax your entire body, your full spine from the upper neck to the tailbone, your pelvis, your legs, your arms. Really let it go. Good. Slowly bring yourself up into a kneeling position. Knees are right under your hips, hip distance apart. Arms are resting at your side. We're going to start with spine extension. So you're going to cross your hands on your shoulders. You're going to contract your bum muscles, belly button to spine, pelvic floor lifting up gently. Pull your ribs in, so you're making sure these are not flaring up so much. And start to extend your spine as you're looking up towards the ceiling, gently, and back to center. Good. Relax your bum. Contract your bum. Start to extend. Engage your core nice and gently, and back. Relax your bum. Contract your bum. Extend back. And coming back. Good. Keep repeating this. Making sure you're pulling your belly button in and wide. And don't force anything. Extension is different for everybody. Some people are very flexible. Some people are very, very limited. The wall of resistance is going to tell you how far you can go. So there's no pushing. There's no straining. It's very important with extension not to overdo it. Last one. And back to center. Good. Relax your arms. Deep breath. Nice work. We're going to go into side bend. So you're going to let your right hand come down towards the floor. So you're not reaching. You're just letting it lower and back up. And left. And up. So you're side bending with the intention of actually relaxing and allowing that motion to happen. You're not overly reaching. You're not looking for a major stretch. It's like you're just enjoying how far can I go with ease. And as you're going back and forth or side to side, you're going to make sure your belly button's in and wide. Pelvic floor is engaged. Front ribs are nice and relaxed, coming in. They're not flaring out. Good job. The next time your right hand reaches towards the floor, you're going to stay there. You're going to reach up with your left arm. Imagine somebody's hanging onto your fingertips, so something's pulling up towards the ceiling. Your right hand is being pulled down towards the floor. That's gravity doing that. And you're trying to find a balance between the two, of being pulled up and reaching down without force. So nice and relax and breathe. Breathing mainly into your left lung, trying to open the rib cage, create space, nothing forceful. And lower down. Good. Let your left fingertips reach down. Lift your right fingertips to the ceiling. Find a balance between gravity pulling down, something pulling you up. Breathe into your right lung. So surrender into the bend. Last breath. And slowly come back up. Nice work. Place your fingertips over your shoulders. We're going to do rotations. So your arms and your neck, shoulders are relaxed. You're going to rotate to the right. Pelvis stays facing forward and center and left. So your hip bones are pointing straight in front of you. And the only thing really moving is your thoracic spine. And your neck is following. There is movement in your lumbar spine, but your pelvis is staying forward. So that means you're engaging your inner core muscles. So belly button to spine, nice and wide. Pelvic floor is gently pulled up. Ribs, make sure they're not flaring to the front. Pulling them in with ease. Inhaling to one side, exhaling center. Inhale over, exhale center. Last set. Good. When you come back to center, hold. Draw circles with your shoulders going forward. Nice big circles. Back. Good work. Shake it out. Nice. We're going to go into sitting. So you're going to sit in the middle of your mat. Gonna sit nice and tall, going into half roll back, so your arms are out in front of you, string pulling you up towards the ceiling with ease, no major effort, belly button to spine, pelvic floor slightly engaged. Inhale. As you exhale, roll the tailbone, curl the tailbone, and round your spine halfway. Hold for a breath. Exhale, lift. Nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, roll off your tailbone, round your spine, half roll back. Slowly round yourself back up. Tendency here is to overuse our hip flexors. So your legs should be as relaxed as you can possibly keep them. If it's really not possible for you because you're one of these people who just can't turn those off, you're going to bring palms of your feet together and you're going to do it in this position. Half roll back, more like in a butterfly. This time you're going to hold halfway. Right hand sweeps open. Exhale, center. A left side, center, right, center, and left, and center. Roll yourself back up. Nice work. You're gonna prop yourself back onto your elbows. Forearms are resting on the mat, palms facing the floor. You're gonna bring yourself tall, a nice straight line through your spine. So you can pelvic tilt back and forth. You're not overly arched, you're not rounded, you're halfway. Belly button in and wide. Pelvic floor gently pulled in. Ribs are nice and heavy. Good. Exhale, right leg to tabletop and left leg to tabletop. Turn your hands sideways a little bit to make room for pendulum. Both legs over to the right. Left bum comes up off the mat and center. Inhale to the left and center. Inhale right. Exhale center. Inhale left and center. Keep going. Belly button in and wide. Do the move as relaxed as you can. And center. Nice work. Lower the right foot, lower the left, and roll yourself all the way down to the floor. Good. Take a moment, straighten your legs, turn your palms to face the ceiling, close your eyes, and breathe. We're going to take a few seconds just to let our bodies absorb what we've done in quadruped and kneeling and the half roll back. And breathe. Every exhalation, soften your body. Soften your organs. Let your whole rib cage be heavy into the floor. Relax your chest, your shoulders, your neck, your throat, your arms and your legs. Good. You're going to bend your knees. Feet will be hip distance apart. Find your neutral, halfway through a flat and an arch back, belly button in and wide, pelvic floor gently engaged. We're going to turn your palms to face the floor. Exhale, right leg to tabletop. Exhale, left leg to tabletop. Good. From here, stay neutral, a little space in your low back, ribs are nice and relaxed into the floor. Inhale down, touch your toe to the floor, exhale up. So inhale down, exhale up. Inhale lower and up. Keep alternating from the right to the left side. If this is too hard for you to stay neutral, bring both legs down and just lift one leg at a time. And left. And lower. Nice and controlled. No tension through your body. So relax your neck and shoulders. Where do you have a tendency to keep the tension in your body? Are you tightening through the chest? Are you tightening through the shoulders? Through the neck? Through the throat? Pay attention. And hold. Slowly lower your right leg. Lower your left. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. Take a moment, relax every muscle in your body, specifically where you are carrying tension. No accumulation of tension today. Fully relax. Let it go. Good. From here, you're going to interlace your fingers, place your hands behind your head, lift your elbows slightly, find your neutral, belly button in and wide, heavy ribs, pelvic floor gently contracted. Right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. Good. Be heavy through the ribs, make sure you're neutral. And on your next exhale, you're going to come up into a ab curl. You're going to turn right elbow to left knee and center. Inhale, left elbow, right knee. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. And over and back. Keep going with control. See where if you're feeling tension in your abdominal area, that's good. We're essentially trying to strengthen our core. If you're feeling tension somewhere that doesn't feel quite right, slow it down. You can keep alternating side to side with your head on the floor. You don't have to be up in ab curl. So you decide and center. Next time you're at center, hold. Lower your right leg, lower your left. Lower the head and arms to your side, palms face the ceiling. Breathe. Relax every muscle in your body. Readjust your shoulder blades if need be. Soften your abdomen. Relax your ribs. And breathe. Good. Turn your palms to face the floor. Find your neutral. Belly button in and wide. Ribs are relaxed into the floor, so they're heavy. No tension. Pelvic floor contracted gently. Right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. Hold. You're going to pull your right knee in towards your chest. Grab hold of your knee with your hands. Extend your left leg. And you're going to switch. And you're going to switch. And switch. And switch. So point your toes as you're reaching. The trouble here is keeping neutral. So there's a little space in your low back. Ribs are gently pressing into the floor if you can. So you're relaxing your ribs down to the floor. Pelvic floor is engaged. And you breathe. Exhale. Exhale, reach. Exhale when you reach. Last set. And reach. Back to tabletop. Lower the hands. One leg comes down at a time. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Close your eyes and breathe. Let the tension go in your body. Good. Interlace your fingers. Place them behind your head. Lift your elbows slightly. Find your neutral. Belly button in and wide. Ribs are relaxed into the floor. Pelvic floor engaged. Exhale, right leg to tabletop. Left leg to tabletop. Good. Right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left foot. If it's there for you, you come into ab curl. If not, you keep your head down. Left elbow to right knee. And switch. Exhale. Exhale. Not a forceful breath, but make sure you are breathing. Ideally here you have a space in your low back so you haven't lost your neutral. Your head and neck are completely relaxed, no strain. Ribs are heavy, so they're essentially guiding the movement. The heavier the ribs, the easier it is to come up into ab curl. Last two. Back to center, double tabletop, lower your head, Lower one leg at a time. Good job. Arms down at your side, palms face the ceiling, and breathe. Relax your abdomen. If there was one place in your body where you felt tension build up, focus there and really let it go. Don't accumulate any tension. Good. Walk your feet in closer to your bum, going back into bridge. You're going to turn your palms down towards the floor. Curl your tailbone, start to lift your spine one vertebra at a time. See where your wall of resistance is. Did it change? From here, hold. Inhale, float your arms up to the ceiling and back behind your head. Stay there. And gently let your spine roll down one vertebra at a time, keeping your arms overhead, but nice and relaxed, creating a bit of a stretch through the entire spine in a relaxed way. Float your arms back down to your side, palms face the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, curl the tailbone, start to lift one level at a time. Go as high as you can go without straining. Inhale, float the arms up and over. Exhale, soften the chest, start to lower one vertebra at a time. Nice work. Arms come back down to your side. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, curl the tailbone, start to lift. Go as high as you can without forcing. Inhale the arms up and over. Exhale, soften the chest, start to lower. When the pelvis hits the floor, float your arms back up and down to your side. Palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes and breathe. Relax your glutes, relax your belly, relax your low back. Nice work. Arms out into T position, palms touch the floor. Glue your knees and your feet together, back to spine twist. Drop your legs over to the right, let your left foot come up off the floor, turn your head left. In, back to center. Inhale over to the left, turn your head right. Exhale, center. Keep alternating. See if it feels any different than it did at the beginning of class. One more each side. Enjoy the movement. Don't force anything. And back to center. Nice work. Feet hip distance apart, arms at your side. Inhale, flow the arms up over your head, back behind you. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. Snow angel your arms all the way down to your side. And again, inhale up towards the ceiling and back behind your head. Palms face the ceiling. Bring your arms down to your side as they're touching the floor. Inhale up and over. Exhale down to the side. You're going to stop when your hands are in T position. Good. From here, you're going to bend your elbows and you're going to form with your arms the letter W. And then you're going to reach your arms and form the letter V. So palms continue to face the ceiling. Bring your arms together overhead and then back down to T position. Bend your elbows, W letter. Reach your arms up in a V formation. Arms coming together overhead and then down into T. W into V, hands together overhead and then down to T. Last one, W, V, overhead and down to T position, and keep going until your arms come all the way down to your side. Nice work. You're going to straighten your legs out onto your mat. You're going to bring your legs wide on your mat and you're going to begin to flip-flop your legs in and out. So you're rotating the entire leg bone. You're going to go a little bit faster and a little bit faster and completely let them go. You're going to let your legs relax. You're going to position your pelvis so you're comfortable. Shoulder blades flat behind your back, palms face the ceiling. close your eyes. Breathe. You've done it. You've survived a wonderful Pilates class. Hopefully you've managed not to bring any tension into your body, but if you did, it's okay. You have a few minutes here to let go of any tension you may have accumulated. And you're going to take advantage and get rid of tension you've accumulated over the years. So we carry a lot of stuff from the past. Physical tension, emotional, mental. And if you exercise your body in a relaxed way, and then you take time during your exercise session to relax, surrender, you can learn to give up tension, and you can learn to free yourself from holding that tension. We end up doing it out of habit, so this is a good way to change the way you accumulate stuff, get rid of stuff. So you take nice deep breaths, relax, nothing forceful, and on the exhale you just surrender, you relax, and then you scan your body. Relax your head, relax your neck and your throat, relax your shoulders, your chest, your shoulder blades, your ribs, your abdomen, your low back, your pelvis and your hips, your legs, the front of your legs, the backs of your legs, your feet. Relax your arms, the front, the back, your hands, relax your hands. Soften your organs in your chest, soften the organs in your abdomen. Relax your throat once more. And then relax your head, relax your senses. So relax your mouth, your jaw. Relax your ears, outer ears and inside your ears. Relax your eyes, your forehead. Relax the eyeballs. Relax your nose. Try and feel what it is like to have your entire body relaxed. Use the next few exhalations to just really enjoy the calmness of having everything relaxed. Slowly start to bring movement back into your fingers and your toes. Gently turn your head side to side. Slowly open your eyes. You did it. You survived a nice Pilates class. Try and keep this calmness inside your body with your everyday life. So as you slowly make your way to sitting or standing, try and keep the calmness and go about your day or your evening as relaxed as you possibly can. Thank you.